Thursday, January 15th, 2026. Britt tells Joss to muzzle her mom, Colum tells Jack Anna disappeared herself, and Tracy accuses Chase of cheating on BLQ. Read the last GH recap. Sidwell is working with the WSB, Jack nearly shot Carly, and Jason asked Britt out. In Jack's suite, Colum tells him that Anna has disappeared and it's connected to Faison. She was brought back to the WSB because of her knowledge of him. Colum says she disappeared by choice. The communications that Anna sent Emma were fakes. Colum announces that their boss has sent him to check up on Jack. They don't think he's been transparent about his fieldwork and he needs to know what he's learned about Faison's operation. Jack recaps Faison's kids resurfacing and Dalton disappearing. Colum assumes he's withholding answers. Colum wants to know what's been happening on Spoon Island. Jack won't say anything. Lulu brings James to GH with a head injury from skating. Nathan pops up and she fills him in. Gannon arrives, checks out James's gash, and then takes him off to get fixed up. Lulu is relieved that Nathan isn't angry at her. They have lollipops and wait for news. He assures her that she's wonderful with his son and he trusts her. She says she's paying forward all Maxie did for her. The cop gets advice from her about how to handle his son. She tells him kids need boundaries to make them feel safe. It blows their mind how similar their situations have been. When James joins them, Nathan gives him some discipline and tells him there needs to be consequences. No riding lessons for 3 weeks. James says Maxie would say the same and apologizes to Lulu. Gio drops by Emma's and is surprised to see her wearing a bathing suit. She explains that the thermostat is broken and she can't leave until it's fixed. He's happy to sweat it out with her. They sit and she tells him that her grandma seems to have disappeared. She didn't think she would be gone this long. Emma admits she's been feeling alone. Gio gets it, but she's always got him. She explains that her grandma disappearing feels off. He shows her the takeout he got them and says this is the next best thing to them hanging out by the pool. They have mojitos and he tells her how much he wanted to kiss her whenever he saw her. They kiss. As they make out, he asks if this is okay. They go into the bedroom and have sex. Martin visits his sister's office and informs her he's in another battle with Tracy. Laura loves him but can't take more of this fighting with Tracy. She says this has to be dealt with head-on. At the Quartermains, Chase is startled when Tracy asks him if he's cheating on BLQ. Of course not, he says. She says his behavior toward Willow is inappropriate. He doesn't regret it and insists she's innocent. Tracy orders him to stop it. BLQ interrupts and they fill her in. She tells her grandma she's out of line. Laura calls and asks Tracy to stop by. Once Tracy exits, Chase tells his wife he would never cheat on her. She knows, but her grandma isn't wrong. Willow is taking advantage of him. He accuses her of thinking he's a fool. She reminds him that Willow is not his responsibility and he reminds her he can't tolerate injustice. She asks him not to lose himself in this for their sake. Chase assures her that she's his priority. They kiss. Tracy arrives at Laura's office and isn't happy to see Martin. They are both taken aback when Laura announces Tracy should move forward with her fraud charges against Martin. Laura would like to see Tracy follow through for once. Tracy admits she can't because Ronnie would be prosecuted. The mayor asks them to stop fighting for her. Tracy agrees for her sake but warns Martin that she will come at him if he does anything to her family again. Once Tracy exits, Martin thanks his sister. She warns that she won't help him if he goes after Tracy again. Joss and Carly are at the hatchet throwing range. They catch up by being vague and lying about everything. Carly is surprised to see Jason walk in with Britt. Britt assumes their date is already ruined and Carly is short zero circuiting in real time. Plus, they are surrounded by weapons. He promises to take care of this and says what Carly thinks dunst matter. She wishes him luck with that. Carly demands to know what he is doing with that woman. She thinks he's headed for heartbreak. He says Britt is complicated but a good person. She's sure Britt is reverting to her old self. At a table, Britt asks Joss to put a muzzle on her mom or she will tell Carly that she's a WSB agent. They talk about how Vaughn is gone and Joss says Jack always gets what he wants. When Carly joins her daughter, she says Britt is a wild card. Joss is sure Jason can take care of himself. Joss suggests her mom is displacing her concerns about Jack onto Britt. Carly asks how she knows so much about spies. Her daughter reminds her that she dated a spy and she knows it killed him to lie to her. Carly assures her that her eyes are wide open about Jack. Britt and Jason throw hatchets and she thanks him for convincing her to stay. They're both having a good time. After they play for a while, she suggests they up the stakes. The winner gets a kiss. She wins and will let him know when she wants to collect her kiss.